Okay, 6-deck blackjack, dealer stands on all 17s, no surrender, blackjack pays 3-2, shoe number 7, testing never bust against flat betting basic strategy. Okay, shoe number 7, so this is finally the end of the series, and then the summary will come after it. Each side starts with 50 units shown there. Like before, I am not going to show the full shuffle procedure, because then I would have to show you the whole carbon copy procedure, which is what we have here between the red and the blue decks. That's how we're conducting the test, to see if throughout the course of a shoe, since you have a different flow of the cards from never bust versus basic strategy due to the fact that you don't take cards as often, how does where will you end up? So that's why we do one shoe then the other. That's a burn card. Let me scooch that over a little more. I'm going to move a little label right there. Let's just get underway. Yes. Okay. Get my head in the game here. 17, 19. Shoe number 7, my last chance for redemption. I think I've made some sort of mistake in every other shoe so far. The first one was a real mess, but the result was there, so I'm going to keep it. I had tried to do the shoes together, in parallel before. Now I'm doing them in serial because I just got too confused. So we don't get to see where the shoes may line up again. It does happen more than I thought it would. 8, 15, play this side, 13, stands again, never bust. We'll play just like basic strategy up until it hits a hard 12, at which point, or greater, hard 12 and up will stand. So anything else, all splits and doubles, on anything below a hard 12, or even like pair of 8s, that's a hard 16, but you'd split it, okay? Otherwise it stands. Ooh, 11, don't like to see that. And 18. Keep track of the number of hands that we run. With a 6-deck shoe, we've always gotten at least 45 hands. Never bust will tend to have more because it doesn't use up as many cards. 7, 17. Dealer stands on all 17. That's a push. Okay, play again. Insurance closed. Just like basic strategy, you're not going to take insurance. It's not there, and you don't double. This is the one time that you don't double an 11 when the dealer shows an ace. 19, 3, 13, 19, push. So speaking of making mistakes on some of the other shoes, as you watch these, if you see something that's wrong, put it in the comments. That's a hard 15, so it stands. Let me know. If I'll review it. Most of the time it has just been a matter of you either win an extra unit or you lose a unit. Fortunately, it hasn't been too bad. If it is so bad that it would have disrupted, like you should have been taking cards and it messes up the flow of the cards, then hopefully it won't have to, but I would redo it. In fact, shoe number 2 in this series, I had to do that. It got all messed up. So I need to check for the ace. It's not there. So you can put your bet out there. How about that? And you get time and a half. That is a quarter, but it represents a half unit. The same way that these represent a unit, meaning $5, $10, $25, whatever it is that you happen to play at. 18, 17. So anyways, I appreciate everybody's patience as I I'm going to keep this here so I can keep track of where we are. As I worked through the first few shoes where I was trying to run it in parallel and had a lot of headaches with that, you know, I'm not going to redo them. I'm just going to leave them. Yeah, it's ugly, but like I said, the data is there. That's a double down for us. 16, 14, 24. And, you know, you learn something, right? I learned not to try to do that. Instead, just do one shoe and then the other. 15, 10, 15, 18. Anyways, please like this video. Hit the little thumbs up there. 20. That's good for me. 11, 13, 23. And subscribe, so you find out when I post new videos. So if I take this off, you're up a half of a unit right now after the first 10 hands. Let me scooch those off of here. Yeah, I've been getting a lot more subscribers lately. That's great. Thank you. I said this in the last video, and if you're watching this perhaps, you know, months later, it'll be irrelevant, but for those that are watching it, you know, relatively soon, 15, 11, 21. I'm going to do, this is shoe number 7, then I do the summary, and then I'm going to not be able to do any until September, so it's going to be a couple months. Just warning you now. So all the more reason to subscribe to find out when I'm publishing the new videos. Pair of 6s, you don't split. Hard 12, you're not going to hit, so I don't have to look. So just flip it over. 16, 26. I love seeing an 11. I love to double down. 20. I don't like the dealer to have 11. I don't mind so much if the dealer has 12. 16. That's just gotta be too many. 27. What? 27? Couldn't be 27. 25. 25. In this game, you only really have to know how to count to 21. Anything more than that, you don't need to know. Well, that's putting you in the black. Now you're definitely positive. 20. 20. Push. I personally enjoy when the dealers do this, give you a little more suspense. Oh, that's going to be a nice double down. Single card for 18, 14, 23. One more thing about if you know, I do happen to make mistakes. Check the description for the video. Sometimes YouTube has been making it a little bit harder to find, but if and when I find mistakes, I'll detail the proper result and the end result in the description. Like I said, usually it's not, if it is even off, I don't want to have it off, but it won't be very, usually isn't very far off. 12, 20. But even so, we want to have the best data possible, especially since we are only running a limited number of shoes. 7 is for sure not definitive. 18, 20. But it's a start. And I think that based on the way that this test is conducted, you know, of a head-to-head comparison, one system versus another, 20, 18, that we're actually getting, we don't need to run the millions of hands of simulations. You know, that's when you see over the super long term what one is doing better than the other. But here it doesn't matter if both sides are down. It, in my opinion, and I don't have any way to prove this, but it's somewhat anecdotal. 16, 10, 17 is that, you know, if is which one loses more, or which one loses less, and which one wins more, given the same exact cards. Now usually it's you know, they're both playing on the same hand. If you've watched the other videos, this one it's got to be at the level of the shoe. A soft 15 is just a hit. That is now 13, 23. Oops. Old habits, playing basic strategy. 9, 19. Now let's just pause for a second. This has happened in some of the other shoes where that card would have gone there and it would have been, oh, you know, oh, you busted. And we only used this one extra card. Flip, oh, if he hadn't, that card just would have gone here, and it would have been, even if it was a different result, at least it wouldn't screw up the flow of the cards. We used the same number of cards. So this next card would go here, no matter what, right? Oh, but okay, so let me just stop first, pause for a second. That's the next 10 hands, so that's 20 hands. At this point, you're up 1.5 units after 20. This is something I'm going to try to add in here, where I'm giving you, you know, chip stack updates. Oops. Pretend you didn't see that. It doesn't matter if you did, because it's going to show it to you anyways. You could even play with this card flipped over. We would still just apply basic strategy, or in this case, never bust strategy. 13, 12, 22. That's why I have these set out like this, so I can see at a glance where we are. And like I said, I'll try to give you updates around every 10 hands or so. 12, 7, 14, 22. Normally would have had to check, but since we weren't, since it's just heads up, it doesn't matter. 25, 15, more than 21. The other tricky thing about when I was doing them in parallel was, you know, the basic strategy would feed from this side and never bust off of this side. Made it a lot harder. 14, 9, 20. So we learned. I learned. Monkey. $15, $20. I think it also just helps me move just more quickly. I don't. It's just more or less basic dealing, and then, like I showed you, like you saw before, I have to not use basic strategy all the time. Like I would want to hit this, but not going to. 12, 13, 16. 26. 17, 7, 12, 21. Just kidding. 13, 18. And just like that, another 10 hands. Now you are up by 4. Whether that's because it's a good shoe or because Never Bust is, you know, outsmarting the house, we'll have to wait to see when we get over here. 15, 5, 7, 12, 18. We'll run a little cards there. Where does that put the count? Oh, better check. Not there. 10, 20, 20, push. 9, 9 doubling to a 4. Single card. 16, 19. I don't have to peek because I'm not going to hit it. 20. 13, 13, 17. Insurance closed. As soon as you see that, you know. Although sometimes dealers will, once they get to kind of know you, might have a little fun. And, you know, pull that off and go, oh, no, just kidding. Oh, no, really? Well, obviously not here. 12, 10, oh, come on. Okay, 13, 17. Getting a little, running in some hard times here. Good thing you're not playing Martingale. Or combining Martingale with Never Bust. You could, of course. I guess I could just flip it, right? But that's not what I'm doing. Once you get those losing streaks going with those negative progressives, and then you hit that table limit, and then what do you do? 17, 14, 17, push. Well, that's another 10. After having that little bit of trouble there, you are now down 5. And at least, well, not at least, expecting at least 5 hands, and I can see where the cut is, and it's quite a ways down. We might get another 10. Insurance closed. I do that even though you're not going to take it, just for procedure. It's not there. 17 stands. 3, 13, 13, 18. Six. Oops. Oh, yeah, sorry, I had the Blackjack. 15, 9, oh, well, 14, you got a chance. 15, 16, can you see those? 21. No. 6, 16, 9, 19. Better luck. It's not there. Here's your chance to double down. Single card. 15, 16, 15. Good thing you took that. That worked. Sometimes it's ugly, but as long as you get paid. A 10 will double to a 9. Let's do it that way. 11, 12, 20, 20, push. See, doesn't that make it a little more fun? Taking that double off of after that push. 15, 16, 26. You got a chance to work yourself back to break even. You're only down 3. Gotta have at least 3 hands in here. Gonna need them all though. Well, that's a good start. Uh-oh. Push. Okay, okay. At least you didn't lose it. It's not here. What do you got here? Ooh. You want to split those, don't you? Of course you do. Single card on each. Oh. Oh, cannot resplit those. That doesn't help. You used up a lot of aces right there. That's going to make it hard to get back to break even. But again, it doesn't matter so much. It just depends on, we want to just see how it does relative to basic strategy. 18. Oh, get 1 back. Well, this is going to be hand 50 right here. And it's the last one, so I was right. 10 more hands that were due to show. Will you get to split? I don't think so. Insurance closed. It's not there. Yeah, you're not splitting that. Not to an ace. 19. 3, 13. 19. Push. Alright. 50 hands. Well, this does make the count up a little easier. You're down by 4. You had 2 blackjacks. So the way I do this is I invert the stack. I'm going to keep these on here. I know. Are you down by 4? Yeah, wait. Let me recount. Yeah, once I even. Yeah, down by 4. Let me just show you. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46. Okay, so down by 4. My method for that is to leave those there with the stack upside down. Put those there. It's mildly interesting to know at the end when basic strategy is done how many blackjacks we had. And then I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards to say we had 50 hands. So I can repeat myself over and over and over up to the end of the shoe. It makes it easier for me when I have to do the summary. I just have to look back all the way to the end. So just give me a moment here to get the blue shoe going. Oops. Yeah. Hey, you know, you can fast forward. I cannot. Okay. So we're putting Never Bust over there. And now it's basic strategy's turn with exactly the same shoe. But it's going to, the results, well, is going to have some different hands. First hand, of course, will be exactly the same. And perhaps the second, I don't remember how things went. It looks like it's going to be the same because no extra cards were used. $14, 6, 13, 18. So far, everything is the same. It's not until Basic Strategy takes a card that Never Bust declined. Uh-oh. I really don't remember getting a... Oh, yes, I do remember getting a pair of 7s. I didn't remember splitting a pair of 7s because, of course, you don't. But, let's just check. Pair of 7s here, or 14, does take a card, whereas Never Bust didn't. So, things are changed a little bit right now. 20. And especially now because this card would have gone here, but then that would have been the end of the hand. So now here comes additional cards. So again, that's 20 to 17. And I think that already puts Basic Strategy ahead, and I'm not going to be able to keep track anymore beyond that. But I'm saying that because Never Bust would have lost that hand. Oh. What's here? Nothing. And now you didn't get offered insurance because it was not the ace that was up. Ah, 14, 8, 17. $17, $16, $26. 5, okay. We got 19, 15, 25. $16, $10, $18. Oh, there's the 11 I love. Let's just make sure it's not there. You can double that down to a 10, single card. 16, 20, uh-oh. Picture? Yes. I'll call that like a, it's not really a portrait, but it's still a 10. $15, split, 16, 24. Okay, that's first 10 hands for the Basic Strategy side of things. We'll put you up by 3, including the one that's out there in the betting rectangle. Usually it's a betting circle, but it's not a circle. I do know my shapes. At least, and I did go to kindergarten. $7, $17, $12, $21. Drop those. Come on, come on. 20, 12, 18. $18. Oh, 11. Ooh, 14. 21. Just let me mention that, you know, when I set up the carbon copy decks, I only match the card values. I don't match the suit. That's unnecessary. I do match 10s, jacks, queens, and kings, but I don't do anything else. You don't play by the suits. We're not doing any side bets with things like Lucky Ladies, so it takes long enough as it is, and it's unimportant. 20, 14, 24. Ooh. Will it stand? It does. Seven, 14, 21, 17. People be saying to you, "Oh, good job, good hit." And it's like, you're just playing the way you're supposed to. $17, $13, $23. I think you can see already the basic strategy is just, these are stacks of 5. Just moving farther into the black. Something that Never Bust wasn't really doing. 20, 20, push. $17, $16, 25. Six, soft 17. 2A7 is still a hit, not a double, of course. That would make for 9 or 19. We'll take the 19. 14, 21. No, I know, it was 22. Sometimes I have fun at the tables, and I'll do that and confuse the dealer. Usually only works. It's usually a best gag when like it's a lot of cards and people are slow on the math. Anyways, that was 20, and at this point you are up by 10.5, including this one here in the betting circle. Never Bust was certainly never that far up. So what that is actually should maybe be telling us, 20, 13, 15, 25, is that this is a good shoe. Okay? Because we should be seeing is really, you know, over many shoes, and I think that we have, that flat betting basic strategy gives us the expected house edge. 12, 7, 14, 21. And so if we're suddenly, you know, just stacking up the chips or losing a lot, that should tell us whether the shoe is a good shoe or not. So if this has been a good shoe, then Never Bust should have performed well. That all things being equal, should have performed as well. Or, you know, should have done just as well. But it never was up this far, and it obviously it ended down 4. 20. Oh. Now remember, somewhere in here, at least for Never Bust, was a bad run of cards. Now, who knows if that's actually going to happen here on Basic Strategy, because the cards come out differently now. 20, 5, 15, 25. Ah, 14, 9, 20. What do you got? Oh, number 2. I said number 2. I got it. Let's, gotta look. Not there. 15, 25. Get back here. 20, 12. 283 is a hit. You often will get kind of scolded by other players. Oh, you'll stop there with a hard 15. 4, 14, 14, 24. But look at that. Had you not, you would have lost. $17, 12, 19. $18, 12, 15, 24. And that is the next 10. So that is 30 hands gone down. Up by 13. Up by 13. Approximately 2/3 of the way through. We'll see where we end up here. I also, I think I had been kind of cutting ever so, you're putting the penetration card ever so slightly deeper and deeper. I tried to back off a little bit this time. I still think we'll get to 45, because we always have. That doesn't mean anything. And we haven't really burned an excessive number of cards. 13 standing to a dealer 2, 8, 18. Uh, 14. There's no ace under there, so you need to hit 18. 16. 19. Oh, you did good. You took the card from the dealer, gave him a weak hand. Can't win them all. If you could win them all, the casino wouldn't let you play. 15. 25. 11. Oh. 20, push. 10 plus 10 is a little more than 10. 7. Soft 18 to a 3, you, since you cannot double, you'll stand. 8. 18, push. 13, 12, 19. 17, 13, 23. $14, 23, 17. 14, 24, 11. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Well, you've already gotten 2, just like the Never Bust did. Well, you have your third one right here. Nope. Okay, soft 13 hits to a dealer 7. Soft 18 standing to a dealer 7. That's good. 17. And that's the next 10. So we are now through with 40 for the basic strategy side. That's going to put you up a little bit less, up by 9, including this one. So you pulled back a little, but you know, there's at least, well, expecting at least 5 hands to go is going to be hard to go down. I mean, it's going to be a swing of 15. Basically not possible. So you kind of already have never bust beats. Kind of like, you know, when they're adding up election totals, you know. They haven't counted all the votes, but you can still tell who's going to win, or if it's even possible. There's just not enough votes, you know, uncounted ballots left. What am I doing? See, shut up and just deal the damn cards. 15, 9, 14, 15, 16. This seems a little familiar. 26. So it's possible that the shoes are lined up again, but since we're not running them in parallel, we won't really get to see. You can, of course, scrub back and forth and look at things. 6, 16, 9, 19. Don't rely on my memory, that's for sure. Take a peek, it's not there, we're going to double that down. Single card. 15. 25. Look, don't even have to look. What did you have? Ugh. Didn't matter, right? Yeah, 10 doubles. Uh-oh. Better. 12. 20. This does seem familiar, doesn't it? 20. Push. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of this. Pretty sure we've done this before over there. Ace spades. 15. 16. 26. Okay, that was hand 45. So we made it to our expected number of hands. You're up by 12. Certainly impossible. You couldn't possibly even split and double down enough. Well, I suppose you could, but the odds of that, the probability of that, is extremely low. 20. 20, push. Not there. How about you? That seems familiar too, doesn't it? Uh-oh. Do we know what that is? Yeah. So, yeah, the shoes most certainly realigned. And it, I don't know, they'll deviate again. But that's okay. Now, if it is, the other question is it happening on the exact same hand count? Like, for hand, that was hand 47. Probably, well, it would have been still hand, no, I don't know if it would have been hand 47 or not. But sometimes I found in the other shoes, when they're running them in parallel, that basic strategy would be, when they would realign, would be a hand or two ahead of never bust. 20, 18. Last hand. So 49. So only one extra hand for never bust. Insurance closed. It's not there. Pair of fours, you're not going to split that. I'm just going to take your card for a 19, 3, 13, 19, push. Okay. 49 hands. Basic strategy did way better. That was a good shoe. Let me just splash these out. I mean, faux show, right? Okay, so you still had just 2 blackjacks, just the same as Never Bust did. 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 1. Up by 11. Up by 11 versus down 4. It's a 15 unit swing. That is substantial. That probably, well, we'll see in the summary where that ends up, because Never Bust did do better on some shoes. So, okay, so to recap, Never Bust, 50 shoes. Let me try that again. To recap, Never Bust, 50 hands, down 4. Basic strategy, 49 hands, up 11. Okay? All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Summary comes next, and then it's summer break. All right, bye.